back to Joy Buzzer.
And I'm J-Apocalypse.
And I'm Josh.
He's
Yeah.
random. We
Yeah.
don't actually know him. We
I don't
picked
have
him
a
up
channel.
off the street.
Helped to build a computer, which you can see in a video that'll be linked here, probably on my face, and in the description below.
So we wanted to collaborate today and figure out whose computer is best. We've got Jeremy's PC right here.
The original one
Yeah.
that they're all based off of.
He really likes to drive that home. Don't listen to him. My PC and Josh's PC over here. The monster. It's
The
not
Blue
really
Beast.
called that, actually.
We haven't decided on an official name.
The Blue Beast.
The Blue Beast? it works, I guess.
I heard the Blue Beast.
Let's not use the Blue Beast because it sounds like the Blue Bees.
The Blue Beast it is.
No, I've been referring to it as MKI because that's the model on the case, which it works, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not a name or whatever, it's kind of an
My sub panel's
identification.
on. I call mine Sabretooth because I named it after the motherboard.
Sabretooth, and you named yours.
Concussion.
Very nice.
Does you have one?
I just... Shut up. I just felt like calling it that.
That works.
So, we're going to be going over the specs that each of these computers have right now. So here are the specs, guys, and the main difference that you'll notice is actually just going to be the GPU that we're all running. Now, I'm running a 1070, Jeremy is running a 970, and Josh is running two 970s in SLI. The GPU that I'm running is an Asus ROG Strix 1070 overclocked edition, and what I've mainly been using it for is gaming at 1440p, and depending on the quality of the game, the settings that you have, it'll run very, very well, very high refresh rates. Jeremy, as I said, is running a single 970 from EVGA. Now, as compared to the other two, you may say, well, it doesn't sound like it packs that much of a punch. But believe me when I say Jeremy's PC is no slouch. Now, Josh's PC, on the other hand, his is basically overpowered. His will definitely run most anything. It'll run Crysis even. I actually did get the chance to go through his computer and reroute his cables, and now they look better for the presentation of all three computers. But I think mine's still the best in terms of cable management. We won't mention Jeremy's, but I did go through Josh's and make it look presentable, to say the least. That aside, how do these PCs perform against each other? We'll do a couple tests, one in Unigine Heaven and one in Firestrike. So we'll be running Unigine Heaven at 1080p in all ultra settings, and we're actually all using the same monitor just to keep it as equal as possible, although I don't think it really adds or detracts what monitor you use from the performance. So we let it go through the entire benchmark, and again, this is a fairly equal test. We're just seeing which PC has the most graphical power in this case. Then we move on to Firestrike, and Firestrike is a little bit different because it actually also tests the CPU. It goes through a graphical test, a second graphical test, a CPU test, and then a combined test. And in this case, I actually didn't realize that my CPU had been overclocked to 4.3 gigahertz, which was more than the stock clock of 4 gigahertz. And the reason I say that is actually because I went into the BIOS, or BIOS, whichever you prefer, and just used Asus's preset. I did not realize that it actually overclocked the CPU. So I'm actually going to end up with a better looking score than I typically would if I had the same CPU speed as the other two, but that's all right in this case.
So guys, that's the video. We've gone over all 3 PCs. We put them to the test in both Unigine Heaven and Firestrike, and we saw that Josh's PC was obviously superior.
Well, it also has two 970s and SLI.
Yes, and so
That
it was expected that Josh, who dumped a ton of money into his PC, would
Totally
win.
worth it.
It was kind of interesting though, see how it stacked up against the 1070.
Right, and the 1070 definitely held its own, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean,
It performed well. I mean, it was
Especially,
one card.
especially when you compare it to the single 970.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right, one could almost go as far as to call your PC overkill. I mean,
But it
of
hasn't killed
course,
anything yet. Except for both of us.
now, I will give recognition to Jeremy because he did help us both in this adventure. He did build the first PC and kind of inspired us both, although I think Josh got jealous of mine.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
So we built his Smoky Artist and mine.
I had wanted to build a desktop for a long time. I could say you had nothing to do with it, but I really just wanted to one-up you.
Pretty much.
But I do still one-up you in terms of looks and cleanliness.
That is true.
Cleanliness, yes.
Looks, I have to say, as far as
Looks, yes.
he went as far as though to color code his cables, dude.
That's ridiculous.
I
but
mean,
awesome.
like even his cables are color matched. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they are just extensions,
I mean,
but they aren't full cables that go the whole length of the back. But
still, it looks pretty
Okay.
sweet. You
But-
can't tell it really.
The looks on the front is really what
Well,
matters.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we even went so far as to make sure that the LED in your disk drive was the same color.
yes, we
But
did. We did
there
want
are
that.
2 yellow LEDs I can see from this angle right here.
First of all,
On
those
the
are
back.
green.
Yellow, green, whatever, you're colorblind.
No, I'm pretty sure they're
Okay, so how often do you get this view back here?
Not often.
You don't
Do,
like
do
like
you
what
want
I'm
to talk
saying,
about your cathodes?
The network card.
Oh, the one
we
that
don't
we
need to
shattered?
bring that up. Lincoln.
Hey.
Don't need to bring up the
Hey,
cathodes.
Hey, now, it's like, we could, you know,
Cathodes
replace those
suck.
with orange LEDs if you wanted to go that far.
I don't really want to. I think it's perfectly fine the way it is aesthetically, and
I have, looks
it
like
looks
one.
better than Josh's.
It looks like I have one LED, but it's not even lit up on my wireless card. Which is weird because I'm pretty sure I'm connected.
Now,
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know what that is.
what?
we did judge like based upon sound as well. We had a professional sound judger come
Perfect. We call him Joe.
in.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
That's his
real
actual
name. Yeah.
Joe.
You just name dropped there. I'm sorry, everybody. Sorry, Joe.
But
You're
people,
going to get
they don't
assassinated.
even know if it's really his real name.
We just said it's his name.
I
I'm
know.
gonna call him Joseph. I mean,
Maybe his name is
Whatever.
Bob.
Yeah, who knows? Anyways, we listened to all of the fans with the side panels off and cranked them up full blast.
actually, no,
and-
mine was turned all the way down for lowest noise possibility.
Well, no wonder you
I
sounded
still lost.
alright.
I still lost.
True, you did. You sounded like a weak.
I have high flow
PC.
fans though. I mean, without them, it's like a leaf blower, where they don't turn down to 40%.
This
So-
one's a high airflow.
So basically,
Right, but that one's
basically,
controlled automatically by the motherboard, and it's usually kept down.
Yeah.
what Joe said was that this PC sounded like, and a PC would sound like
Like
what
you
you
would-
would expect.
Right,
from
it sounded like
PC.
a normal computer with fans. I mean, it wasn't anything. It wasn't super loud, but it also wasn't super quiet. It was just standard.
Right, and then a lot of what you heard from this and from that one is just airflow.
Although his does have a high pitched whine. It's kind of
A high-pitched whine,
not that
but it
easy.
doesn't sound a lot like the fan noise coming from yours.
Mine has more fan noise. I would think.
This is-
Yours also has more fan.
More fans. I mean, there are literally 10 fans making noise.
Although
in
now
this.
they're also a lot of your fans are a
Power
lot bigger,
supply.
which in theory the thing behind the fans they can spin slower and therefore generate less noise while moving through
Yeah.
on air.
I mean,
Right.
yeah.
But
4
one
of
of
these
your-
fans are 200 millimeter.
But one of your fans was definitely making a high-pitched mechanical noise. I can tell that for sure.
Okay.
Take it apart.
And in the end, Joe did say, I think this one ran the cleanest. It sounds
It did sound
like,
the cleanest.
yeah, the airflow, I mean, you can hear air, but, you know, it's not like it's the fans grinding or anything.
Yeah,
It's
that is
just, there's a lot of air moving. And it's actually really interesting because we determined that I have a mainly negative airflow. Jeremy has a mainly negative airflow. Josh, you have a very neutral airflow.
Yeah, maybe slightly positive, but
And guess
Well,
how much
there's
dust
only
we found
but
in his
three.
PC?
There's
yeah.
only-
His was full, but we just built it back in
there's
May.
only 3
My
fans
computer, I don't remember the last time I
going
cleaned it, but it was definitely,
The
it's probably at
rest
least a
going
year
out.
ago.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah,
mine
you've-
didn't have much dust.
You've got a pretty much.
Yours is dusty.
Yours, yeah.
Mine was very, very, very dusty.
We took
Yes.
Yeah,
some
like
sort of
blower
a
thing,
blower
yeah.
and blew it out.
like a mattress
Just a
pump
blower.
thing around,
yeah. We spent a good 10 minutes on that.
and broke your cathode too.
What?
And broke
Oh,
your cool
yeah.
cathode too.
Broke a cathode doing that.
Also
That was
interesting
bad.
to note, Josh's PC weighs 42.4 pounds. Mine weighs 40.6 pounds.
40.6.
And mine was like what? Wasn't it 26?
You said
26
26
pounds.
pounds. You didn't go to the 10th. But
Right.
That's
Now
okay.
that's because I think when I weighed it with me, it didn't display the 10th, probably because it was overweight. But
No, it wasn't.
So, if you wanted to go by weight, I'm assuming that Jeremy's is the best per pound, performance-wise.
Per pound,
even that might be a close one, honestly. Because yeah, your guys' weight,
26 to
your guys'
42.
weight twice as much as mine, but generally you guys got kind of close to almost double my performance too.
Okay, but in terms of FPS per pound.
That's kind of what I was referring to. I mean, it would be pretty close. I might,
Yeah,
I might have
okay.
a little bit more,
Well,
but it wouldn't be drastic.
What was our scores on
Our
that
scores?
last test?
Okay, so
This
I got
scored 11,800, and his scored.
Mine was like, wasn't it like 8,000 something?
and
Or no, what I'm thinking was yours 11,000? Mine was.
No, mine was like
mine
8.
was 11,004.
No, your 22,000. That I think was a.
Was that a different test?
That was a.
That was a
specific
sub-test.
score, right? I think that was just a strictly GPU test, and then for me I got like 11,000, which makes sense. Yours has got 2 cars working together, because I have a single 970,
So,
so it was like
Okay.
half.
in Fire
So what
Strike,
was
as
the
you
overall
saw,
score?
yeah,
What was the
in
overall
Fire
score?
Strike, as you saw,
It also scales very well with SLI. You guys can
Yes.
see there. I mean, it was like double what I
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that's a very intelligent observation there, I would say.
because not all things are very optimized for SLI.
Mhm.
So, it is pretty interesting how things stacked up. Obviously, Josh has put a lot more money into his than both Jeremy and I.
Totally worth it.
I put a lot more time into mine, and also
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Hey, I wouldn't necessarily say you put a lot more time in yours. I mean, as far as making it look nice, yes. But
Well, that's
even-
what you meant.
I mean,
That's-
right.
That's what I meant.
I was going between me and Josh. I
Yeah.
wasn't including you.
I was gonna say because I've had 4 years into just
Yes.
upgrading this sucker piece by piece,
Yeah.
getting it to where it is.
Yeah.
And I don't need a new case
I
because it's
don't,
way
I don't
outgrown
even
it.
care. I don't even care about yours in this comparison.
Mine is yours,
He's-
grandpa. You know? I mean,
He's got way too much love and time into this PC right here.
It is his baby.
it needs a new home. Is how I run it though.
Yeah. So between Josh and me, I would say I have put probably a lot more time into mine.
You've put more time into making it look better.
Yeah.
Look more clean.
Yeah.
It's
One
definitely
thing I
shown
will
here.
say, the glossy finish really adds a lot to that one.
It does.
I wish mine was as glossy
Yes.
as that. at least
I
on the
wish it
top or
wasn't a
whatever.
fingerprint magnet, but
Yeah, that's
that
the
is
bad
true.
thing.
This one does not get fingerprints at all. I mean, unless we just ate a
See, now
cheeseburger.
you even went to the extent though where you actually underneath here like modified, put a hole here so you can run wires clean.
this, yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
did
went into like actually
major-
modifying putting holes in your case.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I
that's
mean,
not
we
something
did
I normally
also we did modify the case by putting LEDs up here. So
That's just changing lights though. I mean that's
Right.
I mean that I can just unsolder that and resolder in the original bulb or same color bulb. I mean you sit there and right in your case.
well, more
I
or
mean-
less it was snips.
But
I-
still, you put holes in the case.
yes, I did.
I wouldn't do that. I mean just
Mine already had
This case.
built specifically
If
for
if we're
people's.
going
There's
if
a
we're
tube
going
and
by
you-
cable
you-
management alone, his case is the best in terms of how much room.
It has a lot of room for cable management.
And I am
As far
jealous,
as-
and he is jealous, and
I'm not really jealous. I just need a new case.
well, that is
Maybe-
why you should be jealous.
But
You
okay,
are
see now here's
jealous?
the thing. I don't really want say this case, and I don't really want this case, because then we'd have two of the same. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I'm looking for a case that's big like these, but I also want something different and awesome looking, but yet that won't break the bank.
Right.
Right.
What did you get yours for?
What did I get it
Your-
for?
Yeah, your case.
You mean like how did I make the decision to buy this
No,
particular case?
What amount of money?
Oh, how much did I spend on it?
Yes.
Pretty sure it was about 125.
Probably something like that.
Yeah,
130
because
maybe.
I was probably around 75 or 80 at the very most. with this.
And mine, like mine was actually, I got it for a Christmas present back in 2012 when I built it, but it was like around $50, I think, is what the case was.
Mhm.
Did yours come with fans?
It came with fans, yeah. These are not the fans that it came with.
Oh. I still have two of the fans that came with the 200 millimeter fans, and they're RGB. They have different modes. They're flashy. They can do some stuff.
Not 3 extra fans that came with it.
Two. They only came with 2 fans. One on
Okay,
the top
so
and
you-
one on the front.
Okay.
I
So
think
you
it
bought
was
the
this
extra.
one and
Mhm.
the one on the front are the original fans,
Okay.
and they worked well. I didn't need to change anything, but I'm not really sure why this one costs a lot more than that one.
Yeah.
I think when we got yours, it was also on sale, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah,
Or,
it was
and,
on
and
sale.
I think there was a
This
rebate
one-
as well, wasn't
There
there?
was a rebate on it.
I think this one did have a rebate of like 20, maybe. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look, but
Yeah.
something. happened.
Now,
I'm
I-
thinking,
I-
I'm thinking yours retails like around 100 probably.
Yeah, and it really, I was a little bit annoyed because I really wanted that gunmetal one. but
Mm-hmm,
it
they
was-
didn't have.
It was out of stock.
Like,
I was
everywhere.
So upset.
But still, you basically you took the orange and you ran with it and you made it look good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
You
and
went
where's my
full
monitor? It's over there.
Yeah, even the
But
monitor's,
the monitor's
like
orange
orange.
as well.
I mean, not completely, but like the stand and stuff.
Yeah.
The strip along the bottom.
And my screen is orange. The
I mean, yeah,
lock screen
desktop
is orange /
wallpaper.
gray.
I mean, my computer is not really color coded. I mean, because it's like, well, for me, it came with like 1 or 2 blue LED fans. But for me, blue would just, it kind of looks like headlights, where it's like, but worse.
Right.
So for me, that's what I wanted red, that way I could see it clearly from a distance. Because at the time, I had it in my basement where I could
Mm-hmm.
be at a distance. I wanted it to look clearly, not just this blue blob sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a blue blob doesn't really look good. It makes it hard to sleep too.
Right. Well, in the end, and we've had a really good discussion about all of our respective PCs, like the overkillness of yours.
Well, mainly you've had a really good discussion about yours, and just kind of ignore mine, except for the fact that it was the inspiration for your guys.
Okay, but I
Like we said,
Right,
we
but
like
like
to
mine,
push that.
it's not a show computer. It's
right.
there's no cable management that can even be done in this thing.
This is true. I haven't even tried to open the back panel here because
You don't
I
want
have
to.
been warned that I will get killed.
Well, no, pretty much you have to sit on the back panel almost, just and like lay across it, just to get all the wires squished down to put it on. And as you can see, most of the wires are still like.
Yeah. I mean, I still have a bit of trouble back here with mine, but
But you
not
at least
yours.
managed to
Yes.
hide your wires, whereas for me, it's
Yeah. And I did build the basement down there for
Mhm.
that purpose too.
which does look pretty good. I mean, it definitely goes along with the computer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we've had a good discussion, and I mean, as Jeremy pointed out, we didn't get to talk about this one very often because, well, kind of lost a lot.
But now, once I eventually do get a
It
new
was in
case, then
third
we'll probably
place
I can probably
Out
like
of 3.
Yeah. It's better than Joe's.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
it doesn't
now
have
here's the
a
thing.
CPU.
Here's the thing. So it's like, yes, it may not be the best, but I was also the first one to it. In a way.
But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what I was going to go ahead and say was that still, as you've stated, they all do their purpose very very well. I
Right.
mean, this does its purpose, and I guess that this one was going to fall short of that one, but it could be considered somewhat overkill almost. I mean,
Depends on the.
I
purpose.
mean, right, and I mean, if you're looking at the 1070, NVIDIA has stated that it's equal to a Titan. I don't think that's true. But at the very least, I'm probably seeing a 980 Ti with a 1070.
Mm-hmm.
So, Whereas you might say a 980 Ti is somewhat overkill. 1070. Because that was, in its time, a $700 card for certain customizations of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you spend for your two 970s? It's
$330 each, so $660.
yeah.
Say I spent $300 on my single one, but I bought a refurbished card just to save
Right.
money.
Yeah.
So, again, all of these PCs do exactly what they were built to do and more. Josh just happens to be the winner of 3 very good PCs. And I think that's a good conclusion.
It is. I agree. Thank you.
So, Josh, you have my condolences.
No question for
Condolences? Why condolences? I didn't die.
For feeling like you have to keep up your PC to be better than mine.
That's not a problem. I enjoy keeping my PC better than yours.
But you also
It's an
have to
achievement
deal
daily.
with the car that you just bought, so...
you and your
Yeah.
Acura.
So I'm just gonna put another 1070 in
Go right ahead, I dare you.
there. Yours sucks after I
I'm gonna upgrade mine next.
do that.
While you're
Jeremy
at it-
hasn't spoken yet.
While you're at it, can I get a case?
No.
No.
Okay,
Alright,
okay.
well,
You can have the case.
Okay.
thank
your
you for
guys' expense,
watching.
right?
Consider subscribing
Please, to both of our channels. We would love that.
And if
to all 3 of our channels.
You don't have
Mine
a
doesn't
channel.
exist yet, but subscribe anyway.
The link to Josh's channel will not appear here.
Yep, just not right here.
It's over here.
He doesn't have a channel.
I know, exactly.
Don't have a
I
channel.
know.
Okay, anyways.
It's very funny. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys. And if this video interested you, if you enjoyed the content,
Or inspired you in any way.
please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Joy Buzzer and J-Pod.